What's up, everybody? Star Wars! That's what's up. By the way, please excuse this. It's just, I don't know if you guys can see, but Sandy over here, yes, this Sandy, is shaking because she's very cold, so I just put this nice blanket over her so she wouldn't shake as much. But anyways, why am I here and why do I have a lightsaber? Well, there's a brand new Star Wars movie coming out later this month. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. And for those of you guys who've been following me for over a year now, or maybe if you just recently discovered me, I did, last year, I did this whole series of movie commentaries where I just sat down and watched all the MCU movies leading up to Infinity War. Of course, I didn't finish it. I think the last movie I've watched in that series was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I kind of feel like I should sit down and finish it, especially now that Endgame's out on digital. But since there's a brand new Star Wars movie, I figured I should do a commentary for the Star Wars movies. Now, to be fair, I wanted to do one for Aladdin, close to the release of the new Aladdin movie. I wanted to do the same thing for Lion King. I wanted to do a bunch of different commentaries, but it just I couldn't really find the time for it, and I really hope I could find the time to squeeze in all 8 of the Star Wars saga films. I'm not doing the spin-offs. Those are reserved for different kinds of commentaries. I just wanted to focus on the saga movies. I'll do the spin-offs at some other time. But, yeah. So, there are only a few days for the release of The Rise of Skywalker. So, there's not much time for me to do these. So, I figured I'd better just start eventually, at some point. But, yeah, so I'm going to start off with The Phantom Menace, the first chronological Star Wars movie, because I'm not doing the whole original trilogy, prequels trilogy, sequels trilogy method. I'm doing chronological 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and, well, obviously I'm not going to do for 9 because it's not going to be available for a while. But let's just, I'm just going to stop talking to you guys, and I'm gonna play the movie. I really hope this works because I've been having some problems with the internet recently. But let's just sit down and watch Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Hold on, like I said, I've been having some problems here. Oops. Okay, that's. There we go. Really hope this video doesn't get taken off YouTube. I've had the similar problem with the Marvel, the MCU stuff. I really hope I won't have any problems with these movies, but there you go. That's the Lucasfilm logo. Now, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to read from the script, from the crawl. I hope I can keep up. Hold on. Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes of outlying star systems is in dispute. I haven't watched these movies in a while. Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. Kinda nice to know how that happened, but whatever. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, as if we didn't know what Jedis were, to settle the conflict. That was better than I thought it would be. I usually tend to flop on these opening crawls. I'm going to be talking throughout the movie, by the way, just to let you guys know. I'm not going to put the whole movie for everyone to see because of copyright issues. I'm probably going to be having a lot of copyright problems just hearing the movie in the background. So, like I said, YouTube has been giving you a lot of shit recently for these. Most of the times I've been able to find ways around it, but here we go.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor wish to
The
board.
Moidian.
Yes, of course. As you know, our rocket is
Okay, let's just get this out of the way first. I love the prequels. That was my gateway drug into Star Wars. I kind of got into Star Wars a bit late after the prequel trilogy was finished, but I started with the prequels and I love them. I understand people hate them for various reasons, and I understand the reasons. I don't fault anyone for disliking the prequels, but I personally love them. If you hate the prequels, I'm not going to judge you, but please just don't judge me for liking them. If you love the prequels, that's excellent. I'm with you on that. That's TC-14. I'm shocked I actually remember that, the name of that droid.
Greatly honored by your visit, ambassadors. Make yourselves comfortable. My master will be with you shortly.
Just before we move on, did any of you guys read... I have a bad feeling about this. Did any of you guys read the novel Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray? It's about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan several years before this. It's an awesome book. It's my least favorite Claudia Gray Star Wars book, but it's still an awesome read. Or listen, because I listened to it on audiobook. I really recommend Audible for those of you who want the Star Wars books but don't have the time to read.
These Federation drivers are cowards. Negotiations will be short.
The negotiations were short.
What? What did you say?
The ambassadors are Jedi Knights, I believe.
I knew it.
Okay, listen, I don't have a problem with the Asian stereotypes for the Nemoidians. I just view it as they're aliens, and that's how these creatures talk and act. So I understand people have issues with the way the Nemoidians are being portrayed in Star Wars, especially in the prequels, but I don't have a problem with it. So,
I sense no use
like I said.
amount of fear for something as trivial as this trade dispute.
by the way, I promise you guys, I'm not gonna talk the whole movie. I'm just waiting for the action to start kicking. Oh, and here's the guy.
The blockade is finished. We dare not go against the Jedi.
Right, I don't want this stunted slime in my sight again.
I love that that's the first thing he has to say about this.
Our plans. Begin landing workshops.
We all know who that guy is, right? Right? No one watched the original trilogy, so who the hell is this guy? Ooh, spooky.
The Chancellor should never have brought them into this. Kill them immediately.
That kind of secrecy is never gonna fly these days, by the way. Everyone knew who the Emperor was in Return of the Jedi, so why are you trying to hide it in this movie? I don't understand. Is there an explanation to why that gas didn't kill them? Roger, Roger. I love the B-1 battle droids. I don't care what people say about them. I love these guys. Yes, they're funny, they're comedic, they're goofy. But Roger, Roger. I love them. I love the B-1 battle droids. Also, I mean, you gotta have cannon fodder for the Jedi to take out in this movie, right? And, I mean, in the original trilogy, they were mostly just stormtroopers, but most of the stormtroopers didn't die. If you want to see Jedis in action in a Star Wars movie, you gotta let them slice people up. And if you don't want to have humans or, you know, biologicals take a lightsaber to the face, you just have droids. It just makes more sense to me. I don't understand why people hate the battle droids too much. Wait, that room was that close to where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were? I can't believe I never noticed that before. But this whole scene is amazing. The way he's slicing up just overheating the door. I love this. This is impossible! Yeah, maybe that is a bit offensive to people, so I'm sorry about that. The droidicas. I mean, I hate battle them, but they're such an awesome concept. The design is awesome, and obviously the shield generator, which is hard to penetrate. Whoops. Forceful. Oops, sorry. By the way, that's my alarm clock. I forgot to turn it off earlier. Is there any explanation why they never used the Force Dash at any other point in this movie? It really could have helped Obi-Wan against Maul later. Spoiler alert. Hold on. That was the end of the. Yeah.
This is an enclave of the Trade Federation. We've got to warn them out and contact Chancellor Valor. Let's split up.
Keep forgetting that Terrence Stamp was in this movie.
You were right about one thing, Master.
The negotiations were short. I love Obi-Wan in this movie. I love Obi-Wan in every movie. Can't wait for the Obi-Wan series. That's gonna be dope. So, is that Natalie Portman or Keira Knightley? Because they switched up these two actresses throughout the entire movie, hoping the audience wouldn't notice that. I think that's Natalie Portman. Yeah, that's her. You must be mistaken.
Federation's gone too far this time.
We would never do anything without
Anything. That's it. Okay, maybe I'm starting to see why people hate these people so much.
Do you think she suspects an attack?
I don't know. But we must move quickly to disrupt all communications down there.
I gotta be honest, it's kind of funny that in the Clone Wars animated series, one of the Nemoidians was voiced by George Takei. Oh my! I understand that people's issues with the Asian stereotypes for these guys, but George Takei was awesome. He's always awesome. Senator Palpatine.
Check the transmission.
Ah, Captain Panaka.
Communications disruption will mean only one thing.
Did any of you guys read Leia, Princess of Alderaan, also by Claudia Gray? Something happens with Panaka in that book. It's kind of, yep, that's definitely Natalie Portman in that makeup.
And where are the Chancellor's ambassadors?
I don't know if I can notice when they switch them up.
It's a dangerous situation, Your Highness. Our security volunteers will be no match against the battle-hardened Federation army.
We will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
Too late. This is such an awesome shot. The Federation ship. I don't hate the Trade Federation like everyone else. Like I said, I love the prequels, and I understand why the Trade Federation was a necessary evil in this movie. But I understand if people hate the Trade Federation and all the other separatists in the prequel trilogy. This theme is awesome. John Williams, easily the best composer that ever lived.
Yes, Viceroy.
I definitely put him on the same level as Mozart or Beethoven.
If they're down here, sir.
We'll find them. I love that they changed up their voices in the other two prequel movies. That's not a very good voice for the battle droids, but the voice they used in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith was so much better. And I mean, the voice for in the Clone Wars TV show was just awesome. It's the definitive battle droid voice for me. And there he is, Jar Jar Binks, the most hated character in the Star Wars franchise, or at least it was prior to 2015, I guess. I liked Jar Jar. Me and my mom love Jar Jar, but the more I watch of Jar Jar, the more I understand why people hate him. But it's still no excuse for what happened to poor Ahmed Best. The way people treated him over the years. Oh, but that is! That's a step. I don't know what it stands for, but it's still a step. You saved mine again!
Let's get out of here before more droids show up.
More? More did you say? like I said, I like Jar Jar, but I understand why people hate him. But also, no excuse for what people did to poor Ahmed Best or Jake Lloyd after this movie came out.
You check, sir?
On second thought, no, not really, no.
Not a very good idea.
Embarrassing.
You gotta admire the effects work on Jar Jar. Even for '99, that's incredible VFX work on this character. And the first really good example of motion capture in a big budget movie.
Grind us into tiny pieces and blast us into oblivion.
Way to kill the mood, Obi-Wan.
Lucy point is, this way, hurry.
Stupid Jar Jar. But I like him.
How much further?
Lisa going underwater.
Okie day?
I might warn you, Duncan's no liking outsiders, so your specters weren't welcome.
Oh, don't worry. This hasn't been a day for
Oh, Obi-Wan's the best. The creepiest character in all Star Wars, I think.
Lisa Ballerina, was he there?
Did you guys notice that he just came out of the water and he's not wet in the slightest? Maybe that's bad effects work, maybe that's just how Gungans are. Who knows? The underwater city looks amazing, by the way. And look, once again, the score of this movie is amazing. Is it enough for people to like this movie? I don't know. The score, the effects, even the action, yes. The story and dialogue is what turns most people off. But like I said, by the way, story-wise, I love this movie. I love the story. I love all the prequels for more than just the score and the effects. I love the characters. I love the story. You're the only one who thinks that, Jar Jar. You literally just walked in with those guys and everybody notices them. I mean, conceptually wise, it's an awesome looking city.
Hello, there, Captain Topos. Lisa back.
Oh, hey, Jaja. You know it's
The stupid mustache. Really.
this time.
Ah, rude! The Council of Elders, or something like that. So is this guy a Gungan too? Because he doesn't look one bit like one. Neither do these other guys.
The droid army is about to attack the Naboo.
The Naboo.
We saw no life, the Naboo. The Naboo think they so smarty. They think their brain so big.
I don't understand why people have problems with
We saw no
the Gungans as well, because, I mean, they're a different race than the Naboo people, so I don't know. Maybe I need to have a long conversation with one of these people who hate the Gungans or something.
And speed is on the way.
We saw gonna speed.
Jedi mind tricks.
Could use a transport.
We saw give use of Unabongo.
Undabongo.
A speediest way to the Naboo is going through the planet core.
Gore.
Thank you for your help.
I have spoken. Spoilers, by the way.
Transport.
There's a city, Lisa up. Going through the planet core? Bad bombing. Any help here would be hot.
Oh yeah? Watch this.
Possibly shorter time.
We need a navigator to get us through the planet's core. This Gungan may be a
The
help.
Liam Neesons.
What is to become of Jar Jar Binks
I
here?
wish we could see more of Liam Neeson in this universe.
Punished.
Punished.
I saved his life. He owes me what you call a life debt.
No, that's the Wookiees.
Demand that his life belongs to me now.
You saw have the life played with
Mind tricks only work on the weak-minded, so I guess this guy counts. love it. Be gone with him!
Not me added this one. Than he did here.
They did at the core.
Eat that! What's he see?
I'm sorry if I'm as annoying as Jar Jar, but, you know, I like Jar Jar. So, I like to Jar Jar it up. Jar Jar Pickles.
Oh,
Goomba fish! By the way, that's the fish that Paul Bettany's character eats in Solo. Just wanted to let you guys know. Maybe it's not that fish, but one of the different species of fish we see in this scene. By the way, this scene is amazing. I mean, it's horrifying, it's intense, and very loud. I hope I don't get flagged for this. Hold on. Let me just... I can't believe I've never noticed this, but his eyes just literally just shot out and pumped back in. That was a great effect. There's always a bigger fish. When a big fish here. My mom loves this line. We always say it to each other, whenever we're talking about fish and stuff. There's always a bigger fish. Don't know where I was going with that line, but anyway. Hold on. The sea. So, did you just call Queen Amidala a millennial? Oh wait, did you see those PK droids? They're cute. May the force be with you. What's... Okay, no. Where are you talking? We are in trouble. I love Jar Jar. What can I say? Oh, look at that. Doesn't look quite as good as the Exogorth in that asteroid thing in Empire Strikes Back. Oh, look. Jar Jar finally shuts up. But it looks like a very interesting sea monster. And this thing as well. Oh, who's a bigger fish? I wonder when Lego Star Wars, the complete the Skywalker trilogy is going to come out. If we're going to have an entire level just take place inside the core like that. Look at that giant army! I tried making one of those. By the way, look at this. Hold on. You can see the wires that's connected to her dress and keeping those things lit. I just thought it was funny. Anyways, I tried to make one of those videos where in the portal scene from Endgame and a bunch of characters show up. I tried making one just for Star Wars and I used that shot, but Disney kept taking it down, so I just gave up on it. After 4 or 5 tries, mind you. I believe they shot most of this in Italy. This, the Naboo stuff. They shot all over the place. For all the shit that the prequels are getting for being too CGI focused and too green screen, this movie, Phantom Menace, has the most practical effects of any Star Wars movie. Keep that in mind. By the way, that's clearly Keira Knightley, not Natalie Portman, because Natalie Portman is currently playing one of those servants. Roger, Roger. For those of you keeping score at home, the battle droids with the red shoulders are regular security droids, while the ones with the yellow shoulders and the yellow thing on their head are the commanders. Just to let you guys know. And the regular ones, what we call the privates, have no coloring whatsoever on their casings. Just a little bit of a Star Wars trivia I thought I should share with you guys. And it makes sense that the security droids will be taking the prisoners away. If you ever played the first Lego Star Wars movie, this is an awesome part where Qui-Gon basically takes out everyone, and Obi-Wan's just trying to ignite his lightsaber, and by the time he actually ignites it, well, all of them are taken care of. Vroom, vroom.
You should leave the streets of Menace. Get their weapons.
Sure, strange guy I've never seen before.
We're ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor. Your negotiations seem to have failed, Ambassador. Negotiations never took place. It's urgent that we make contact with the Republic.
They've knocked out all our communications.
Do you have transport?
In the main hangar, this way.
I guess when Jedis suddenly show up,
There's too many of them.
people just trust them, so I guess it makes sense.
Under the circumstances, I suggest you come to Coruscant with us.
Thank you, Ambassador.
There's Natalie Portman right there, next to her. It's important that she stays in the frame so the audience can make the connection in their heads.
Afford to kill it.
There's something else behind all this, Your Highness. There's no logic in the Federation's move here. My feelings tell me they will destroy you.
Our only hope is in the Senate's assignments. Senator Palpatine will need your help.
Either choice presents great danger. Do it all. We are graveyard.
She's literally consulting with the Queen right now, because you know she's the decoy, and Padme's the real Queen. So she just looked at Padme for advice, for guidance. These are one of those little tiny things that you never even noticed before until until someone tells you about them. I've noticed it on my own just now. Same.
I'll deal with that.
You really need that many pilots for one ship? I guess if one of them dies, I don't know. I just noticed this just now. The commander doesn't have one of those backpack things on his back. Wait, you're under arrest. He took out two of them. This doesn't really work all that well. Forget it. Slice! Slash! the legs are still walking on their own. How many pints does one ship need? Da, 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 da.
Now stay here and keep out of trouble.
There's our boy R2-D2. Hello, boyos. A lot of people are having a lot of trouble with the fact that, R2 is in this movie. They kind of feel it makes the universe smaller. I love it. I love that R2 has been around since this movie. Maybe even before. Maybe we can finally get to see the origin story of R2. I know people would hate it, but I wouldn't mind it too much. Especially if it was in a comic book or something. And that's the first interaction between R2 and Jar Jar. A lot of focus is on R2. Just to let the audience know, hey guys, look, it's R2! He doesn't just look like R2, it's R2!
Losing droids fast.
We can't get the shield generator fixed, we'll be sitting ducks.
It's really bad timing for all these estimates to get out there. But, well, nothing's gonna stop R2. He's gonna do it all by himself.
We're back!
That little droid did it! For real!
I passed the main power drive. Let's wake the shields up at next.
Well, my work here is done. That's one of the moons of Naboo. I forgot the name of it, but you get to play on it in Disney Infinity 3.0, the Star Wars expansion pack. Also, that's when Princess Leia went in Leia, Princess of Alderaan. That's when what happened with Panaka. Yeah. The Huns are gangsters!
Different than if we landed on a system controlled by the Federation. Except that the Huts I'm looking for, which gives us the advantage.
I love Qui-Gon's logic in this movie. Qui-Gon's easily the smartest person in any room he walks into. So far. She has disappeared.
Cruiser got past the blockade.
The blockade. I'm starting to get why people hate these guys, but I still love them.
My lord,
My lord.
it's impossible to locate the ship. It's out of our range.
For you, maybe. BAM! Darth Maul. I love Darth Maul. I love everything they did with him in Clone Wars and Solo. I just love Darth Maul.
This is getting out of
And
hand.
now there are two of them!
Two of them. We should not have made this bargain.
Why did you? This deal's getting worse all the time!
Extremely well put together and employed, Your Highness.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Saved the ship as well as our lives.
It is to be commended. What is its number?
R2-D2.
R2-D2, Your Highness.
Thank you, R2-D2.
I wonder where he saw those numbers and letters.
Padme, clean this droid up as best you can.
I love it.
Take our gratitude.
She's smiling. She literally just told the queen to clean up a droid. That's the servant, the decoy, and she told the queen, "Hey queen, clean up this dirty droid for me, will you?" Ah,
I do not agree with the Jedi on this. You must trust my judgment.
makes no sense. And the queen is cleaning up the droid because she's a handmaid.
Sorry. Who's that? Are you, sir?
Usa, Yusa.
And Padme.
And so already there's a lot of focus on Padme. That's just George telling us, look every guys, look guys, focus on this character right here. She's gonna be important sometime later.
Piggy Porky Day with the whiskey morning munching, then boom! Getting very scared and grabbing that Jedi and pop! Misa here.
Misa here.
Huh. Misa getting very, very scared.
Arthur's just laughing at him. There we go. Tatooine.
Tatooine. There's a settlement. Land near the outskirts. You don't want to attract attention.
Yeah, that's wise. Once again, a lot of people are having a lot of trouble with the fact that they landed on Tatooine, that Anakin is also from Tatooine. I think it makes a lot of sense in the story, but, you know, a lot of people are taking issue with, what they like to call making the Star Wars universe smaller.
That'll complicate things. Be wary. Sensitive servants and the fools.
You have no idea.
Send any transmissions.
There is a future Sith Lord on this planet, right here, right now.
Your son doing murder to Misa Sith.
Wait!
Why didn't Jar Jar stay on the ship? Like, seriously.
Her Highness commands you to take her handmaiden with you.
Yeah. She said, I want to keep an eye on this Jedi, so I'm gonna pretend to be a handmaid and walk with him.
Queen wishes it. She's curious about the plan.
This is not a good idea. Stay close to me.
I love her too. That's Mos Espa, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, look, there's a bantha over there.
Moisture farms, for the most part.
Yep.
Some indigenous tribes and scavengers.
There are Jawas over there.
A few spaceports like this one are
I
here.
love the Jawas in The Mandalorian. By the way, they're clearly different Jawas because they have red eyes as opposed to yellow eyes. And everyone's least favorite moment is right now when Jar Jar steps in poop. Look, there's a Quarren over there. And a very badly looking protocol droid. What's a droid on this character? There's a Dewback.
Try one of the smaller things.
That's wise. Like I said, Qui-Gon is one of the smartest people in this movie. It's a shame he's taken. Oh, there's Watto, the Toydarian. Jibudanaya.
J-type 327 Nubian?
Ah, yes!
My droid.
There's little Annie.
Mi tassa
Mi tassa yo pasa. Why exactly did he bring Anakin there in the first place? I don't know. Maybe to mind the shop. Nacho's going with him? Oh, look, the pit droids.
Are you an angel?
Did you have to start with that line?
I heard the deep space pilot talk about
I understand people have a lot of issues with the dialogue,
how movies
especially the romantic dialogue. Most of it doesn't bother me, but
I was
I don't
involved
know.
in traders and star pilots who come from. I'm a pilot, you know, and someday I'm gonna fly with
Jet Lloyd's clearly struggling with this role. But I mean, it's a child actor doing his first movie, I believe, and it's this. It's Anakin freaking Skywalker.
my mom.
That's a little too much to put on one small boy's shoulders.
She loves suspending
It's
pod races.
really upsetting how his career
Person, and my name is
ended up being.
I'm sorry. I don't fully understand.
Pretty sure everyone knew what Anakin, what Darth Vader's name was. It was Anakin. So, oh look, two gunk droids. Oh! The pit droid's actually funny in the Racer's Revenge video game, which I played endlessly. These guys are pretty much doing what I did in the army. I was a tank mechanic.
Republic Daxaris.
How many? Republic Reds do me no good.
I don't have anything else but credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
What? You think you're some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that? I'm a Targaryen.
I'm a Targaryen.
Gonna make more.
On le mani.
No money, no parts,
No deal. This is, by the way, the first time in a Star Wars movie that people saw that a Jedi mind trick didn't work on somebody. That's a pretty big moment in Star Wars. I know that technically, chronologically, it's the first movie that came out, but, you know, it wasn't the first movie that came out. So people have already gotten used to the fact that mind tricks just work on everybody. Guess not. Guess it only works on some people.
I was glad to meet you too. Lolova Numatapa.
Yippee! So many people have problems with that yippee moment, but I don't. I mean, it's a kid. It's not Vader yet. What did you expect?
A few containers of supplies. The Queen's wardrobe, maybe, but not enough for you to barter with. Not in the amounts you're talking about.
All right. You sure?
No, you're supposed to haggle.
I'll check back later.
Didn't you watch that movie?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
No, again.
Cause
Crazy!
we shall be robbed and crushed.
Not likely. There's nothing of value. That's our problem.
Well, seriously, Jar Jar, why would you look at something in a shop and instantly try to munch on it in broad daylight? That guy looks ugly. There he is, Saboba, the Doug. I believe Dougs are from Alistair, if I'm not mistaken.
Chesko Sabola. Spoka Umandisa.
How did evolution create a creature like this? Seriously. Meek me Jawa.
It's Ramadan Mulera.
Like, seriously, what was the evolutionary advantage to walking the way that creature just did?
He picked a fight with a dog, an especially dangerous dog called Saboba.
Mr. Haley Crunchy. That's the last thing Misa wanted.
Nevertheless, the boy is right. Your
So keep your tongue to yourself. Misa doing nothing!
This storm will slow them down.
Looks pretty bad. Onaka, we'll be right there.
I gotta say, I don't remember this scene.
Here, you'll like these pallets.
Qui-Gon is still clearly sensing something. Whoops!
Storm's coming up, honey. You better get home quick.
Probably should have done a better job concealing it, unless he did it on purpose, which seems more likely because it's Qui-Gon.
You'll never reach the outskirts in time. Sandstorms are very, very dangerous. Come on, I'll take you to my place.
The score again. Hey Mom, I brought some strangers!
Mom, I'm home.
Shmi Skywalker.
These are my friends, Mom.
Hello.
I believe in joy. You want to see?
Your son was kind enough to offer a shelter.
Come on, I'll show you 3PO.
And once again, so many people hate the fact that Anakin built 3PO. Again, with making the universe smaller. I love it! I don't understand how people's problems are. That thing over there kind of looks like it's from some game or something. Most of these things are.
There's a protocol droid to help Mom. Watch.
And you didn't notice that you didn't put the other eye socket on.
Oops.
My paws are showing. And C-3PO, human cyborg relations. I'm fluent in over 6 billion forms of communication.
When the storm is over, I'll show you my racer. I'm building a pod racer.
I'm not sure this floor is the toughest.
Just 3PO being 3PO, I guess. Ah, to beat it. 3PO, human cyborg relations. My paws are showing.
What do you mean, naked? My parts are showing.
Oh my.
Forget so, it's catastrophic. We must bow to their wishes. You must contact me.
It's a trick. Send no reply. Send no transmissions of any kind.
Okay.
Sounds like bait to establish a connection trace.
Yep.
What if it is true? And the people are dying?
Either way, we're running out of time.
And options. It's a good thing Qui-Gon is on the case. There's Coruscant. I forgot they had Coruscant this early in the movie. But whatever. And there's the Sith Lords.
Sparsely populated. If the trace was correct, I will find them quickly, Master.
Move against the Jedi first. You will then have no difficulty in taking the Queen to Naboo to sign the treaty.
At last, we will
At
reveal
last.
ourselves to the
By the way, that voice of Darth Maul,
You have been well trained.
that's
Apprentice.
Peter Serafinowicz from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He plays Denarian Saul, and he plays the Tick on the Amazon TV show. I like this guy, but Sam Witwer is such a better Darth Maul. It's not even a competition. Sam Witwer is Darth Maul. Star Wars champion, by the way.
Republic's anti-slavery laws and the Republic doesn't exist out here.
Yep, it doesn't. Excuse me. Did I do that?
Anybody ever seen a pod race?
They're pod racing on Menace. Very fast,
There's Mallister.
I'm the only human who can do it.
On this planet, maybe.
Don't do that again.
Speaking of reflexes. Sandy, what do you think about Jar Jar?
Aren't you?
How do you know that?
What makes you think that?
I saw your laser sword.
Laser sword. He called it a laser sword. Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't live in the Republic owned area. He doesn't know what a lightsaber is. But I mean, he knows why it is. It doesn't know that it's called a lightsaber, so he calls it a laser sword.
Have you come to free us?
No, I'm afraid not.
I think you have. Why else would you be here?
That's a wild assumption, you know.
I can see there's no fooling you, Anakin. We're on our way to Coruscant, the central system of the Republic, on a very important mission.
How did you end up out here in the Outer Rim? Our ship was
If you look at the star charts,
so we can repair it.
it's kind of weird that they went from Naboo to Tatooine on the way to Coruscant, but whatever. Coruscant's in the core worlds and Tatooine's in the Outer Rim.
Wait, not moolah to trade.
No moolah!
Jumped in or his muscle.
We have no moolah!
Gambling. Everything here revolves around betting on those awful races.
Odd racing.
Just racers? Or?
Greed can be a powerful ally.
Greed is good!
Fastest ever. There's a big race tomorrow in Punta E. You could enter my pod.
Wait, it's tomorrow?
Walter won't let you. Walter doesn't know I built it. You could make him think it was yours and get him to let me pilot it for you.
I don't want you to race. It's awful. I die every time Walter makes you do it.
Oh wait, it's morning.
But Mom, I
I didn't
want
notice
it.
that.
The prize money was more than paid for the parts they need.
True.
Anakin.
Anakin.
Your mother's right. Is there anyone friendly to the Republic who can help us?
Nope. Not on this planet. There is a bright center of the universe here on the planet that it's furthest from.
Mom, you said the biggest problem in this universe is nobody helps each other.
That's a very important lesson, people! Listen to this kid!
I'm sure Qui-Gon doesn't want to put your son in danger. We'll find some other way.
No.
Sandy, Sandy, Sandy. Sandy, Sandy, Sandy.
But he can help you. He was
Well, that took some convincing. Is there anything in here? Refreshing.
Are you sure about this? Trusting our fate to a way we hardly know? The Queen will not approve.
Trust the Force.
She doesn't need to know.
She does know! That's the thing! He's missing a tooth. I can't believe I only just noticed that. What? You crazy Jedi!
It's in good order, except for the parts I need.
Which you have.
He smashed up my pod in the last race.
Ugh.
All the time to fix it.
It wasn't my fault, really. So Boba
You
Fett.
didn't mention that earlier.
I actually saved the pod.
Mostly. That you did! Look at my broken tooth!
Well, I've acquired a pod in the game of chance, the fastest ever built.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know for it, huh?
Not someone you know.
Stop. You supply the pod. I supply the boy.
So once again, same thing with Jar Jar. The effects work on Waddle in and of themselves is a triumph for this movie, especially when it came out.
You keep all the winnings minus the cost of the parts I need. And if we lose, you keep my ship.
Either way, you win.
Either way, we win.
Raikkonen is such a savvy person. He knows how to. He knows how to manipulate greedy people. Greed can be a powerful ally. Some more dewbacks.
What if this plan fails, Master?
That's also a part of what Claudia Gray goes into in that novel. Qui-Gon has a lot of doubts about. Obi-Wan has a lot of doubts about Qui-Gon being his master. Doesn't think he's a good master. Doesn't think he's a worthy apprentice for Qui-Gon. There's a lot of doubts between these two guys, but there's also a lot of respect, which is something I admire about these two guys. I love the scenery over this. I think those were. I think most of the Tatooine stuff was shot in Tunis, I believe. Very good.
See things before they happen. That's why he appears to have such quick reflexes.
The Force is strong with you.
He deserves better than his face life.
Had he been born in the Republic, we would have identified him early.
Yeah. Because Jedi take
That much is clear.
Force-sensitive babies from their homes. Just to let you guys know.
There was no father.
Whoops!
I carried him, I gave birth, I raised him.
There are some fan theories that, you know, Qui-Gon somehow had a drunk night with Shmi Skywalker and he impregnated her and now he's Anakin's father. I don't buy that one bit. If you've read some of the comics and the novels, it's very heavily implied that Palpatine kind of created Anakin using the Force. Sort of Force pregnancy stuff, whatever.
How do you get so lucky?
You know what will also make the universe smaller? If that Rodian over there was Greedo. But I don't think he is.
With this?
Oh no, Yoda, honey. Oh.
Working for years. He's never gonna run. Come on, let's go and play ball. Keep racing, Annie. You're gonna be bug squad.
Yeah, that guy stayed there for some reason.
Hey, Jar Jar. Before I close energy binder, if your hand gets caught in the beam, it's gonna go numb for hours.
So why would you have these on while you're working on it? Jar Jar is just the worst mechanic. And speaking as a mechanic myself, I can tell you that my tongue is fat. No, I well done. Honey, I'm a sugar high. Hello. That's 3PO for you. Always straight to the point.
Have we found out? Yeah, use this power source.
Yes, sir.
Come on, get up.
You literally just met this kid now and you know its name. Now you probably should take Jar Jar's hand off of it before you ignite the thing. That ought indeed. Now get out of there, you moron. That was a shot that most people use for memes a lot. It's working! By the way, the sound design for the pod races was amazing in this movie. It's working! Very hopeful moment for Anakin. The city looks amazing at night. And as a person who spent most of his life growing up in the desert, that's just the scenery that I love to watch. Can't say the same for a lot of other people.
I want to be the first one to see them all.
You might just will.
There we are. Good as new.
Annie, I'm not gonna tell you again.
What are you doing?
Checking your blood for infections. Go on. You have a big day tomorrow.
Liar.
Well,
This thing is a bit questionable for me.
I need an analysis of this blood sample.
No, hold on.
Wait a minute.
You can you literally send blood samples through the Wi-Fi or something like. How does that work? And again, a lot of people have a lot of problems with the midichlorians in this movie. It just makes sense to me. I don't know what people's problems are.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
A lot of people say that this demystifies the Force and whatever, makes it more science-based. I'm sorry, it works for me. I don't know what everyone's talking about. That Sith ship, whatever, forgot the name of it. It's a really nice design and a very early. It looks like it would be an early concept for TIE fighters. There's Maul. That's Ray Parks, I believe, who also played Toad in the first X-Men movie. And obviously, like I said, two cities. I didn't notice that. Anyway, like I said, voiced by Peter Serafinowicz from Guardians of the Galaxy and The Tick. But still, you know, Sam Witwer is the superior Darth Maul. There's a reason why he voices Darth Maul in so many places, like Clone Wars, Rebels, Solo, and most of the video games as well. More pictures. If the world belongs to you! There's Mahonic, I think. Oh look, there's a Twi'lek over there. Giving Sabol a foot massage. Or is it a hand massage? I'm not sure. The credit to your race! I really wish I knew how and why Twi'leks just became the servants of the Star Wars galaxy and basically strippers and sex slaves to people. That kind of feels like something that should be explored in a Disney Plus show.
I wager my new racing part against, say, the boy and his mother.
Nobody's worth two people. Not by a long shot.
The boy.
Well, we'll lead the fate of this time. Yeah, I just happen to have these. His mother! And using the Force. It was supposed to be a red, but it ended up being blue. Outlander! Little differenza! So why was Anakin not riding with his mom? Instead he was riding with Padme? Exactly. Well, poor 3PO and R2 had to go by foot. Come on. I've ridden a camel several times. It's one of the stupidest things I've ever done, but I did. It was so fun. Oh, you never say never, 3PO.
Finish the race, of course.
Oopsie.
You've never won a race?
Well, not exactly.
Not even finished?
Kids
You know what? He's right. Yeah, I'll do it. You're talking to a queen, kid. And that's a droid just passing by. Don't mind me. I'm just a floating droid thing. Is that one of the monsters from Scooby-Doo? There's the big Boonta Eve race. Another thing that a lot of people hate about this movie, the announcers. I don't have a problem with those either. I love them. You know, it's bilingual, which is also very important. And it's another branch of the Star Wars universe. Look, Ben Quaranaro's. One of the worst races that ever. Look, Gasgano. I love Gasgano. That's Mahonic, I think. No, that's not him. Dud Bolt, I think that was it. There's Sebulba. Yeah, look at me! Look at me, I'm Sebulba. It's got one of very awesome looking pod. I just gotta be honest. There's Mahonic. Oh, the Quarren. Oh yeah, I forgot what this guy's name is. That's Dudbolt. Dudbolt? Yep, that's Dudbolt. Maybe I should turn the volume off a bit. Audie Vendrill, I think. Ba-da-pee. And Anakin. I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin's sky. There's Anakin's flag. You know, if you played the pod racing game, you kind of learn to memorize all these flags. I haven't played it in such a long time, so I don't remember. Shit. Piusa! Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. That was a terrible moment.
I will. I promise.
I'm gonna eat a cookie now. I was gonna make some popcorn, but I figured you guys didn't wanna hear me munch on some popcorn. I'm already talking way too much, so there's that.
Scrawny dope hot Slimo.
Slaymo! I wonder what Slaymo means. The Hebrew subtitles say kind of like say sludge bowl or something, but you know, Slaymo. It's a Star Wars slur, I guess.
Use your instincts.
Trust the Force.
And the force will be with you.
Anakin Skywalker. Oh, hold on! Hey! Ah, that's better. Sandy. There's Jabba and Bib Fortuna. One of his little sex slaves. They got nicked over there. And there's a female hut, which was never seen again after this movie. Just to let you guys know. I don't think it's Jabba's wife. I think it might have been a sister or a relative. But for those of you guys who don't know, Jabba does have a son. That's Rota. Rota the Hat. Rota the Hutt, which was prominently featured in the 2008 Clone Wars movie. He also has a cousin named Zero the Hutt. Just saying.
My judgment when we come back.
You should too.
You're assuming too much.
Wait. Take another bite of the cookie. The pod racing scene is easily one of the best scenes in this movie. There's so much in this scene, just the effects, the sound effects, the score, the action, the everything. I love this movie. I'm not gonna apologize for liking it. There's Gasgano doing his thing. Dud Bolt. One of my favorite races from that game, Dud Bolt. I don't think I've ever finished it with Gasgano, but I finished the game with Dud Bolt once. Obviously, I finished it with Anakin. And maybe with Audi Mendril once or twice, I think. Oh, and I also finished the game with Ben Quaternaros for some reason. Look, there's Weasel! That's a funny way of ringing a gong. But that was Weasel. That's Warwick Davis's character from Solo. That's the same character, yes, it's confirmed, it's canon. And there he is, Warwick Davis. I recognize that face anywhere. He first appeared as Wicket in Return of the Jedi, and he had a role of sorts in every single Star Wars movie since, even Rebels. Come on, Annie! Oh, except for the Clone Wars movie, but whatever. Ben Quaternaros is a terrible pod racer, but somehow I've won all the races with him. There's Mahonic. Slymo! There's that word again. So is Mahonic dead now? Because he was in that game that I mentioned. Unless it wasn't Mahonic. This one. And in the game it was. I don't know. There's Aura Singh, also known as the Jedi Killer, from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So people actually live in this area, and they have to endure the pod racing every year or something like that. I'm gonna eat a cookie again. I forgot what this guy's name was, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. Probably. Look, some Tusken Raiders. No idea why they sound like donkeys in this scene. So they did it on purpose? They're just... Whee! Well, at least he didn't die. There's that. Only mandrill. Get out of here! You know, when you think about it, Anakin really had a slow start in this race, and he still ended up winning, spoiler alert. Imagine what would have happened if he'd started with everyone else and he didn't have that slow start. There's another forearm person. That's 3PO's brain rolling around in there. Spinning around, sorry. La 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 la, I have 4 hands, la 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 la. That's not a very smart thing to do, Anakin. Nice! There's that bolt. I recognize that pod racer anyway. Oh no, that's that's another racer I played with, but I don't remember the name of it. I kind of feel stupid for saying that. It's the second racer I ever finished the game with. I don't know the name of it for some reason. I'm blanking on the name. Hold on. Never speak while you're eating a cookie. It's a very important life lesson. Spinning's a good trick. Okay. Definitely not doing that again. How are we gonna fix that? Nice! The power of magnetism. It's important for a pod racer, I guess. These quick reflexes. I'm gonna shut up for a bit. Let my throat rest for a bit. This thing's just aching for me. I think that there's one more lap left after this. A lot of tight spaces, which doesn't really allow for a lot of fancy maneuvering. Like this, for example. Hey! I remember in the Lego game, you get extra money if you smash one of these signs. And this, it's kind of part of the race that you have to go through this jump to progress forward. Now, when you really think about it, it's a great way to show off Anakin's quick reflexes and quick thinking, while also being a very good maneuver in a race. Did he crash it? Whee! Jawas! Woo-chee! Yeah, that could kill him if he goes inside those purple energy bars or something, whatever. Energy beams. Energy bars? What am I thinking? So he broke that thing off before the race started, and it only is taking effect now? Unless that was part of the slow. Oh, but look, that's a very effective smoke screen. It's basically a Mario Kart version, you know, in Star Wars universe. Gotta love that score. Once again, very quick thinking. It shows just how great of a pilot this kid is. Obi-Wan did say he was the best star pilot in the. I can't remember the exact quote, but he was a great pilot and a good friend and a cunning warrior, or something like that. Like I said, the intensity of this scene is just amazing. Really fast-paced action. It's a great scene. Definitely a lot of people's highlights from this movie. Not that there's many of them. Sandy. Oops. They're entangled. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this again. I'm gonna try to eat another cookie and see if that works. It's a very dangerous maneuver that Samoa tried to do, and it backfired on him. Look at that. So it's official. Anakin won because he's the only Hoodoo! It's the only pod racer left. So of course he's gonna win. I can't believe it. Mom, I did it! That's clearly voiceover added after the fact. Jabba's fallen asleep! So did he miss half the race or something? Sandy, how about you? Did you saw that race? Aww.
It's so wonderful, Anne. You have brought hope to those who have none. I'm so very proud of you.
Mommy, please. Thank you, thank you. You swindled me.
You swindled me. You knew the boy wasn't going to do it. Somehow you knew it. I lost everything.
Whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you lose.
You win some, you lose some.
Parts to the main event. Buy your shot later on.
Wasn't he supposed to keep the winning?
It wasn't a fair bet.
Was it?
Would you like to discuss it with the Huts? We should reconcile this.
He doesn't want to get in trouble with the Huts. Thank you. We'll see you in the next movie. For a brief scene. Or two. Hello.
Well, you have all the essential parts for me. I'm going back. Some unfinished business. I won't be long.
Why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form?
It's the boy.
Did you just call Jar Jar a pathetic life form?
Yes, Master.
More importantly, did you just call Darth Vader a pathetic life form? So he went there with those camel-looking things, but he came back without them.
Yes! Mom, we sold the pot. Look at all the money we have.
Oh my goodness, but that's so wonderful, Annie.
He has been freed.
What?
You no longer
mentioned earlier in the movie, while I was talking, by the way, that there's kind of like this chip inside their body that blows up if they try to escape. That's how you know that they're slaves. So when Watto freed him, did he just deactivate that chip, but it's still there inside his body or something?
Yes. Our meeting was not a coincidence. Nothing happens by accident.
You mean
Nothing
I get to
forces
go with
him.
you and your starship?
Anakin, training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. And even if you succeed, it's a hard life.
It's a hard knock life.
I've always dreamed of doing. Can I
You
go
specifically always dreamed of being a Jedi.
Anakin, this path has been placed before you. The choice is yours alone.
I want to do it.
Then pack your things. The heaven must come.
Yippee!
Yippee!
What about Mom?
You're just realizing this now?
Is she free too?
I tried to free your mother, Annie, but Water wouldn't have it.
You're coming with us, aren't you, Mom?
Cindy. No mommy today.
Son, my place is here. My future is here.
What future?
For you to let go.
I don't want things to change.
But you can't stop
That's life, Anakin.
any more than you can stop the suns from setting.
That's a very clever line. I don't know what people's problem is with the dialogue in this movie. Of course, there's a lot of stupid dialogue, but this movie also has a lot of pearls of wisdom from the characters.
But watch out. You have my word. Will you be alright?
Once again, giving fuel to that theory that Qui-Gon did what he did.
I've been free, and I'm going away in a starship.
In a starship.
However, I prefer it if I were a little more completed.
Competed.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to finish you, 3PO. Give you coverings and all. I'm gonna miss
You could have just taken it with you, you know.
Great pal. I'll make sure Mom doesn't sell you or anything.
Sell me?
Bye.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Bye, 3PO. See you in the next movie. Oh my. That shot was used for the trailer. The poster. Where you see Anakin and you see the shadow of Vader on the wall. Really great poster, by the way. Sandy.
Just came through.
That was one of the biggest mistakes the Jedi Council made, was not freeing Anakin's mom. Of course, you only say that in retrospect because it didn't feel like an important part for Anakin. But when you really look at Anakin's story, not freeing his mother was one of the first things that kind of sent him on this path of evil that he eventually ended up going. I mean, most of Anakin's downfall was his own fault, but the Jedi Council also did a lot of really stupid things that kind of helped set him on that path. But, straightly speaking, it did kind of work out in the end. He did, kill the Emperor in the end, so he was the chosen one. And by the way, that book I mentioned, Master and Apprentice, it goes deep into that whole prophecy that Qui-Gon is talking about of Anakin being the chosen one and all. Kind of felt a little bit ambiguous on whether or not Anakin is the chosen one or Luke is, but it's very firmly established that Qui-Gon is a firm believer of that prophecy of the chosen one. Is there any logical reason why they should be running? Maybe Qui-Gon sensed Maul coming. And here we go. That's the first encounter with Maul. Finally, I got this thing to work right. Ooh.
Over there, fly low.
I'm gonna bring the table a little closer to me, guys. Hold on. You might have heard a little rumbling in the mic. Jump! That was a serious force jump. Now you can clearly see the lightsaber hilt is long, so it could support, you know, a double blade. But you're not gonna see it until much later. I think that was the first time you ever saw a double blade lightsaber. I don't think the trailers for this movie featured a double bladed lightsaber.
We should be patient. Anakin Skywalker?
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hi.
That was a big moment in Star Wars. The first meeting between Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's a really big moment. You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you! No! Look at that spider chair.
Invasion will gain you nothing. We're a democracy.
We're a democracy! My allegiance is with the Republic. To democracy!
My troops are in position to begin searching the spots for these rumored underwater villages. They will not stay hidden for long.
Roger, Roger. Another cookie.
The death toll is catastrophic. We must have well wishes. You must contact me.
That's Padme, the Queen, looking at this thing again. That's another hint to let you know that she's the Queen, not this other woman. Padme Nabiri Amidala. Skywalker, I guess.
You come from a warm planet. A little too warm for my face. Space is cold. You seem sad. Queen is worried. Her people are suffering, dying. She must convince the Senate to intervene. I'm not sure what'll happen. I made this for you. So you'd remember me. I carved it out of a porcelain. It'll bring you good fortune. It's beautiful.
Questionable.
I don't need this to remember you by. Many things will change when we reach the capital. But my caring for you will remain.
How sweet.
You too. Oh my. It's your mother.
The age difference between these guys is a little off, considering they eventually got married and had 2 children, and for some reason he was a little older than her, but whatever. Then again,
Our planet is one big city.
Natalie Portman doesn't really age that much, so yeah.
And look over there. Senator Palpatine is waiting for us.
The Palps. Are those early versions of the Senate Commandos from, oh no, they are Senate Commandos. You see a lot of those in, the Clone Wars animated series.
It's great to see you alive, Your Majesty. With the communications breakdown, we've been very concerned. I'm anxious to
They
get
kind of look like Mandalorians.
May I present Supreme Chancellor Valor?
There's Valorum,
Welcome, Your Highness.
Terrence Stamp,
It's an honor to find you.
General Zod himself.
Thank you, Supreme Chancellor.
I must relate to you how distressed everyone is over the current situation. I've called for a special session of the Senate to hear your position.
I'm grateful for your concern, Chancellor.
There is a question of procedure, but I'm confident we can overcome it.
Why is Anakin going?
We set our council immediately. The situation has become much more complicated.
Seriously, why is Anakin going with them?
Ellie, come on.
Okay.
The queens are being grossly nice, Mr. James.
Uh-huh. Nice looking buildings. Why are they looking so grey though?
There is no civility, only politics. The Republic...
Another costume change.
What it once was. The Senate is full of greedy, squabbling delegates. There is no...
And there's Natalie Portman back in the Queen Amidala makeup again.
Must be frank, Your Majesty, there is little chance the Senate will act on the indictment.
Hope you guys noticed that. It's not Keira Knightley now, it's Natalie Portman.
Let me say so, Your Majesty, the Chancellor has little real power. He is mired by baseless accusations of corruption. The bureaucrats are in charge now.
What options have we?
Our best choice would be to push for the election of a stronger Supreme Chancellor, one who could control the bureaucrats.
Making the move.
Give us justice. You could call for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum.
Who's been our strongest supporter?
Our only other choice would be to submit a plea to the courts.
The courts take even longer to decide things than the Senate.
Yeah, that's true.
Our people are dying, Senator.
The death toll is catastrophic.
Move quickly to stop Federation.
To be realistic, Your Majesty, I think we're going to have to accept Federation control for the time being.
And now officially the smartest person in the room is Palpatine. Sheev Palpatine! Look, there's the Jedi Temple. By the way, do you know that the Jedi Temple is actually built on the ruins of an old Sith temple? Oh, so many Jedis. Look, there's Laura Poof, Master Yoda, CGI Yoda, not Papa Yoda, Kiari-Mundi. There's Mace Windu.
Hard to see the dark side.
Sorry, to see the dark
All
side.
our resources to unravel this mystery. We will
There's Plo Koon.
the identity of your attacker. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Oh, there's Yaddle. And, Ethan Peel. Sassy Dean. Look, there's Adi Gallia. Right behind him. And Laurel Poof.
Found a divergence in the force.
You say. Located around a person.
A boy. The cells have the highest concentration of midichlorians I've seen in a life form. It's possible he was conceived by the midichlorians.
There's, oh look, that's, Eve Koth and, what was her name? She was Kanan's master.
Boy. I don't presume to
But you do. Revealed your opinion is.
Reveal your opinion is!
avoid the test, Master.
Oh. Trained as a Jedi, you request for him.
Finding him was the will of the force. I have no doubt of that.
Kiari.
Bring him before us.
Kinda wish I had my tablet on me. I want to look up what the name of that Jedi Master was.
Boys here to see Padme.
I'm sorry, but Pat is not here right now. Who is it?
Whoopsie.
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker.
I'll send Padme on an errand.
I'm on my way to the Jedi Temple to start my training, I hope. I may never see her again, so I came to say goodbye.
We will tell her, boy. We'll show her how it goes with you.
Yeah, that's Keira Knightley. That's not
Thank you.
Natalie Portman. There's the Senate building. Really ugly looking statues of them, if I don't mind me saying.
The chair recognizes the senator from the sovereign system of Naboo.
Depa Balaba, I think that's the name of the Jedi Master who betrayed Kanan.
This is Uncle Richard.
More Nemoidians.
The chair has not recognized the senator from the trade
There's
federation at this time.
what's his name?
I present Queen Amidala, recently elected ruler of the Naboo, who speaks on our behalf.
Forgot the name of that Chagrian assistant of the.
Honorable representatives of the Republic, I come to you under the gravest of circumstances. Naboo's system has been invaded by the droid armies of the
I
Trade.
object. There is no proof.
That's definitely
This is incredible.
Natalie Portman.
A commission be sent to Naboo to ascertain the truth.
The Congress of Menace concurs with
Melister.
the delegate from the Trade Federation.
Huh.
A commission must
Melister stands with the Trade Federation. Who knew?
Enter the bureaucrat, the true rulers of the Republic,
Hmm.
and on the payroll of the Trade Federation.
Obviously.
This is where Chancellor.
I don't mind the politics in the prequels. I'll be honest. I think it were necessary.
Will you defer your motion to allow a commission to...
Masamida. That's the name of the guy on
Not defer.
Chancellor's.
Come before you to resolve this attack on our sovereignty now.
Right.
I was not elected to watch my people.
Look, if you look closely, you'll find some ETs on one of those circles.
This body is not capable of action. I suggest new leadership is needed.
Yeah, that's definitely Natalie Portman in that makeup.
Though I bear with no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership.
Keira Knightley's got a much elongated face. Oh, look, I forgot the name of that Twi'lek person. But he had a very... Look, there's the ETs. Order! That Twi'lek had a lot of a huge presence in Clone Wars and Lords of the Sith, the novel.
The boy will not pass the council's test, Master. He's too old.
Anakin will become
I've had an argument with a friend of mine saying that he doesn't think Anakin's too old. I told him, look, man, Jedi are being trained from birth, practically, from when they're from their babies.
be on the council.
So, yeah, he's too old.
I'll go along with you this time.
You still have much to learn, my young apprentice.
By the way, I forgot to mention, the council really doesn't like Qui-Gon.
Kaka. A ship. A speeder.
Pass with flying colors. It's a beautiful sunset over there.
How feel you?
Cold, sir.
There's Adigalia behind him.
No, sir.
Sassy Teen. Yaddle.
Through you.
We can. Be mindful of your feelings. Your thoughts dwell on your mother.
I really wish more of the Jedi got a chance to speak in these scenes.
What has that got to do with anything?
There's Eathcloth. Everything. The dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Oops. Much fear in you. By the way, Yoda really doesn't like Qui-Gon. It's explained in various detail in the book that I mentioned. There's Natalie Portman again, talking to Jar Jar.
Can you get things away?
I hope not.
Gungans no dying without a fight. We are warriors. We take as a grand army. That's why we don't like it, us, Mr. Dinks.
Your Highness,
That's how she got the idea to go back from Jar Jar.
Senator Palpatine has been nominated to succeed Valorum as Supreme Chancellor.
I'm surprised, to be sure. Very welcome one. Your Majesty, if I am elected, I promise to put an end to corruption.
Who else is
Yeah, right.
nominated?
Bail Antilles of Alderaan and Ailey Team of Malastare.
I feel confident our situation will create a strong sympathy vote for us.
Bail Antilles of Alderaan?
I will be, Chancellor.
I'm sure you don't.
I fear about
Don't
the
you mean
time after
Bail
you go to
Organa?
Democrats, Senator. There'll be nothing left of our
Of
people, our
Alderaan?
way of life.
I understand your concern, Your Majesty. Fortunately, the Federation has possession of our planet.
Senator, this is your arena. I feel I must return to mine.
Mhm.
I've decided to go back to Naboo.
Go back. But Your Majesty, if you're realistic, then they'll force you to sign the
That's
treaty.
not part of his
I will
plan.
sign no treaty, Senator. My fate will be no different than that of our people. Captain,
Your Highness,
ready my ship.
Please, Your Majesty, stay here where it's safe.
It is clear to me now that the Republic no longer functions. I pray you will bring sanity and compassion back to the Senate.
It's the Jedi Temple again.
He is to be trained then?
no. He will not be trained.
No.
Still don't like that idea.
He's too old.
Yep.
He is potential. He must see it.
You do not say that to a little kid!
His boy's future is.
I will train him then.
Qui-Gon's gone against the council on so many occasions. So they offered him a seat on the council, but he didn't want it.
Impossible to take on second. The code forbids it. Obi-Wan is ready.
I am ready to face the trials.
Our own council will keep on who is ready. He is headstrong.
This is why Luke really didn't like the Jedi Council in The Last Jedi. Because everything he said is true. They were too blinded by their own pride, and they let Palpatine took over the galaxy.
The Senate is voting for a new Supreme Chancellor, and Queen Amidala is returning home, which will put pressure on the Federation and could widen the confrontation.
And draw out the Queen to attack her.
Go with the Queen to Naboo and discover the identity of the Stark Warrior. This is the clue we need to unravel the mystery of the Sith.
Well, a lot of people are thinking that Sam Jackson was miscast in this movie. I think he fits perfectly in this role. So that thing was just parked on that floating platform the entire time?
That master is the truth.
From your point of view,
The boy is dangerous.
From a certain point of view.
his fate is uncertain. It's not dangerous. The council will decide Anakin's future. That should be enough for you. Now get on board.
Qui-Gon, sir. I don't want to be a problem.
You won't be, Annie. I'm not allowed to train you. So I want you to watch me and be mindful.
Okay.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
Once again, another very good line from
I heard Yoda talk
this
about
movie.
midi-chlorians.
When did he say that?
What are midi-chlorians?
Midi-chlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
That's
They live inside me.
Inside your cells, yes. And we are symbionts with them.
Symbionts?
Life forms living together for mutual advantage.
That's exactly what George Lucas was going to do in his sequel trilogy in episode 7, 8, and 9. And I'm so glad that never happened, because that sounded terrible. I much prefer
Quiet to word.
the episode 7 and 8 that we got,
With time and training,
all things considered.
Your Majesty, it is our pleasure to continue to serve and protect you.
I welcome your
That's Keira Knightley, I believe. She has a much more elongated face than Natalie Portman.
Come on, R2.
They needed to make sure that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan didn't see Padme as the Queen. They saw Keira Knightley as the Queen. That's why they kept switching between them.
We have taken over the last pockets of primitive life forms. We are in complete control of the planet now.
So you think?
It seems weird that in the Senate things stay as they are. And sending my apprentice, Darth Maul, to join
I'm shocked no one figured out that this guy is actually Palpatine. Like, seriously. He's never actually named Palpatine in the original trilogy, but, I mean, it's the same actor! A little bit of focus, people.
As soon as we land, the Federation will arrest you and force you to sign the treaty. I agree. I'm not sure what you wish to accomplish by this.
I will take back what's ours.
There are too few of us, Your Highness. We have no army. And I can only protect you. I can't fight a war for you.
Jar Jar Binks.
No, wait, that's Natalie Portman, clearly. Look at her face. Anytime you don't see Padme on screen, that means that Natalie Portman is playing the Queen.
They probably spotted us.
We haven't much time. Jar Jar is on his way to the Gungan City, Master.
Good.
Do you think the Queen's idea will work?
The Gungans will not be easily swayed. We cannot use our power to help her.
You're not allowed to.
I'm sorry for my behavior, Master. It's not my place to disagree with you about the boy.
Technically it is.
Do you think I'm ready to take the trials?
It's your job as a Padawan to challenge the leadership of your master.
Much wiser man than I am. I foresee you will become a great Jedi Knight.
Oh, the greatest. Ish. One of the greatest. I don't think Obi-Wan gets enough respect for everything that he did in the Star Wars side.
The Gungan City is deserted. Some kind of fighting sentence.
There's Padme. So that means that the Queen is Keira Knightley this time.
More likely they were wiped out.
Yes, I don't think so.
You know where they are, Jar Jar.
When it traveled, Gungans go to sacred place. Lisa showed you. Come on, Lisa showed you.
Come on, miss, I show you! There they are. Oh, look at the mini Gungans. By the way, after everything that happened with the Empire and stuff, Jar Jar pretty much came back to Naboo and basically became a clown to entertain the little refugee children. That's basically what they did with that character, which is kind of fitting if you've seen the next movie. But alright, we'll get to that. Jar Jar Binks. Udas.
I'm Queen Amidala of the Naboo. I come before you in peace.
Ah, Naboo people. You shall bring the Mechanics.
The Mechanics.
All combat.
Bombard. Bombard is important,
You out, 'cause
I
you
think,
wish to form
for
an
gun.
alliance. Your Honor,
Boom.
Usad.
Usadis.
I am Queen Amidala.
Plot twist.
My protection. My loyal bodyguard. I'm sorry for my deception, but it was necessary to protect myself. Although we
don't
do not always agree, Your Honor, our two great societies have always lived in peace.
So I guess this is the big plot twist at the end of this Star Wars movie, which is something that
All will be lost
Star Wars movies do best.
I ask you to help
Star Wars
us.
stories in general.
No, I beg you to help us.
They do plot twists really good.
Servants.
Kneel!
In your hands.
Kneel before the Gungans. I think he likes it.
You shall not think you are greater than the Gungans.
Damn, she looks young in this movie.
Maybe some be friends.
Maul.
It won't be long, my lord.
This is an unexpected move for her. It's too aggressive. Lord Maul, we might
Can you recognize me now?
let them make the first move.
Yes, my master. When the concept artist designed Maul, Lucas basically told him, draw what you see in your nightmares. And what he drew was too scary for children, according to Lucas, so they had to kind of redo it to make it a little less scary. Oh no, stop.
We shall make you Bombard General.
Bombard General. One of the biggest mistakes you can make with that character, but whatever.
Almost everyone's in camps. A few hundred police and guards have formed an underground resistance movement. I brought back as many of the leaders as I could. The Federation army is also much larger than we thought, and much stronger.
But they're still only battle droids, right?
This is a battle I do not think that we can win.
The battle is a diversion. The Gungans must draw the droid army away from the cities. R2,
R2.
we can enter the city using the secret passages on the waterfall side. Once we get to the main entrance, Captain Panaka will create a diversion.
Another diversion.
Enter the palace and capture the Viceroy. Without the Viceroy, they will be lost and confused. What do you think?
Cut off the head.
Viceroy will be well guarded.
Yeah.
The difficulty is getting into the throne room. Once we're inside, we shouldn't have a problem.
There is a possibility with this diversion, many Gungans will be killed.
To bring us this information? Huh?
We have a plan which should immobilize the droid army. We will send what pilots we have to knock out the droid control ship orbiting the planet.
Well-conceived plan. However, there's great risk. The weapons on your fighters may not penetrate the shields.
And there's an even
True.
bigger danger. If the Viceroy escapes your highness, he will return with another droid army.
Well,
Bingo.
that is why we must not fail to get the Viceroy.
True.
Everything depends on it.
Real.
We are sending all
I am a secret person right now.
assembling it was small. It appears to be
Oh, the spider projector thing.
This will work to our
I have your approval to proceed then, my lord.
I never noticed that Maul was this short. I mean, I know that Ray Parks is not a very tall person, but I mean, it's Maul. Then again, most of what I saw of Maul was from the Clone Wars, and in that context, he had robotic legs, which kind of made him look a little taller than this. So, you know.
Nothing up the shield!
How did the Gungans get this kind of technology? Or maybe it was part of Naboo's technology, or whatever. Still, you know, it works. I love those creatures they're riding. Kind of look like dinosaurs with the feathers and everything. Okay, gonna lower the volume a bit. Maybe that'll help. Open fire! Now, I believe those tanks are called LAAT, I think. Sneak, 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 sneak.
Once we get inside, you find a safe place to hide and escape.
So, Qui-Gon isn't really training this kid, but he's allowed to let him go into a battlefield and watch what he does? I don't know. Pew, pew, pew. Roger, roger. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I thought the battle was going to take place far from here. This is too close.
Too close to home. Pew, 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 pew.
Find cover.
Many pilots died to bring us this information. There's R2 in that ship. That's the Wilhelm scream. Whee! Boom! That's quite a drop. Wow. Anakin probably thinks it's hot, seeing Padme doing all the fighting right now. Damn, that's quite a space battle. Bravo. And again, just like the pod race you've seen, this movie also gives us a very interesting, a very good-looking space battle and a very good ground battle. Star Wars does this a lot. They're really good at showing multiple battles on several different battlefields taking place at once. That's something that I think Avengers Endgame kind of struggled with, the whole time travel stuff. The way I didn't think they mapped out their different timelines well enough and kind of showed the way they showed all the other different timelines taking place at the same time. Star Wars does a very good job portraying multiple things happening on screen in different locations at the same time. And here come the battle droids. Pew 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 pew. Droid poppers. I wonder if this whole section was going to be a part of if it's going to be an entire level in Lego Star Wars the Skywalker saga. Because they did say that they're not redoing levels that have already been in previous games. So, yeah, I'm wondering. I'm speculating.
Everybody this way.
Hey, wait for me.
Anakin, stay where you are. We'll be safe there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
There's the moment we've always been looking for. Da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da. And he just lets everyone go because he only wants these. You can clearly tell that he's got a much different agenda than the Nemoidians and the Trade Federation. Oh look, Heretico. Again. Boom! Double-bladed lightsaber. Let's go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Well, you just press the button.
Wrong one. Maybe it's this one.
Nope. Puff. Blast you! And no one's paying any attention that this little kid is now flying into space in an N1 Naboo starfighter. And, well, I guess we're going to space now. Whoa. once again, showing multiple battles taking place at the same time. You get this wonderful duel of the fates, you get the battle with the guns, and you get the space battle, and you get the, you know, Padme and her people going after the Viceroy. That's 4 different battles taking place at the same time, which is one more from Return of the Jedi. The space battle, and the ground battle, and the inside the Death Star battle. Shoot you! Shoot you! She's right. For real!
Look! There they are. That's where the autopilot's taking us.
Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Whee. So they didn't really think of going into battle with, you know, something more than just droid poppers? Or maybe they didn't have anything else. Oh, okay. Okay. That's Jar Jar doing his very Jar Jar thing. Whee. Told ya! Let me try to do something about those gun turrets, then worry about the shield generators. Whee! So many vulture droids. Yeah, that's true. It's interesting that Anakin... Oh look, there's... I was just about to point that out. It's the interpreter thing. That, you know, R2's telling Anakin what he wants to say. In through the window. I love that we see this in the movie, and it's very much... Oh, that's a huge drop. It's used a lot in the Lego games, but it's only being used in this scene, and I don't think they ever used this thing in any other Star Wars movie. Like, ever. In the original trilogy, they use a lot of grappling hooks, but not from the actual weapons. Kora Ratama Kora Ratama. So he knocked Obi-Wan off that bridge thing, and that's why Obi-Wan was too late to finish that battle with Maul, and that's why Qui-Gon died. Spoiler alert. You know, in the games, you can actually jump into one of those beams and levitate yourself up there. So, you could have used that, but nope. Perfect use of the timing. Now, is there any explanation as to why these laser doors are kind of opening and closing? See, this is a good time to use that force dash that you see at the beginning of the movie. But, whatever. Okay. Can't get at each other. We're trapped behind ray shields. Meditation time. You know, in video game terms, it's a good time to heal. You know? Oops. Sorry. And there goes the shield generator. Retreat! Are these feathers part of these creatures' biology, or... Hold on. Yeah. I had a bit of problem with the internet. Are these feathers part of the, this creature's biology, or are they just, you know... war decorations or something. So they never actually used any of these up until this point, until, you know, Jar Jar decided to use them for some reason. Why is he running into the battle? Bzzz. Are these like EMP pulse, EMP balls or something? EMB, electromagnetic ball. Yeah, we hold on. Hey, can this one? Buzz. You know, Lucas really believed that Jar Jar was gonna be a hit with the kids. You know, he really thought this would sell a lot of toys. Turns out it wasn't. And they're not even using the shield generator this time around. They know they won. There's the familiar R2 scream. Whee! And they've still got more ships that they didn't use. By the way, I think the blue battle droids are pilots, I believe. I'm not sure.
Everything's overheated.
Gotta give it some time to cool off.
Not good.
And they're still meditating in this bizarrely operated room. Okay, I guess Obi-Wan is sensing that these things are gonna open. And it opens from their end all the way to Obi-Wan. Now, use the Force run! Why are you using a regular run? It makes zero sense! But anyways, I guess it was necessary for the story, and what is about to happen is gonna happen. Strangely enough, Obi-Wan isn't meditating at this moment. For good reason. Boof! Stab! There goes the Liam Neesons. Da 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 da. This moment, by the way, was totally spoiled for people by the score of the movie. There's a track on the movie's score that says Qui-Gon's Noble End. Look at that. Look what these PK droids are piling up all the dead, or rather deactivated battle droids. My give up. There's the security droids again.
Your little insurrection is at an end, Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Time to sign the treaty and end this pointless debate in the Senate.
The Senate.
Your occupation here has ended.
Choo 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 choo. That one's a decoy. Wrong again, Viceroy. You've got secret compartments for these things, I guess.
Jam the doors.
I guess the shoe's on the other foot this time around. And she's tiny compared to that guy. I love the way Darth Maul looks. That's quite an intense duel. Like, seriously. I know it looks super choreographed, but whatever. It looks amazing. Man, Obi-Wan's pissed. Like, he's super pissed. So if you slice the thing in half, does the rest of the lightsaber still work? I love that this battle is kind of going on for a very long time, but Their sort of mini duel in Star Wars Rebels was literally just 3 seconds. You know, you could use the Force to grab it, but then again, you have to take one hand off that thing.
Yes, we have power. Shields up.
Nice. Choo choo. Not a wise decision in such a small place, but hey, it works. He blew up the thing, and now.
Power that seems to be at top of the main reactor.
Impossible. Nothing can get through our shield.
Maybe it wasn't part of the external battle. Just saying, you know. That's one way to finish the battle. Go inside the ship and blow it up from the inside. Very similar to what they did in Force Awakens, now that I think about it. Visually, the Force Awakens drew a lot of similarities from this scene for, you know, the oscillator battle. Now, this is pod racing. Kaboom! Boom! 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 Whoops. Yeah, like I said, I've had some problems with the internet lately, so it kind of freezes. The picture freezes a bit, but whatever. I guess the control ship being destroyed kind of affects the internet over here a little bit. And there goes the battle droid. So yeah, Queen Amidala just won. Anakin blew up the ship, and all the droids deactivated at the same time. That's 1, 2, 3 of the fronts taken care of. Now it's all we have left is this. It's really Obi-Wan's movie just as much as it is Anakin. Slice! Cut you in half. Whee. And there goes the legs. Now, he lands in kind of the trash transport, which takes him to the junk planet of Lothar Minor, which is where he gets his spider legs in the Clone Wars series. Kind of funny that he killed Liam Neeson with one stab, but whatever. Eventually, yeah. It's gonna take him a few decades though, but whatever. When you really think about it, Darth Vader was about 40 years old when he died. If you do the math. No idea what the name of this ship is, but whatever, I don't know anything. I mean, I don't know everything.
Now, Viceroy, you're going to have to go back to the Senate and explain all this.
And now that's definitely Natalie Portman in the makeup now that the sequel's out. There's the Senate Commandos. Oh look, all the Jedi's showed up. I must ask where Qui-Gon is, but I just remember you died. Good. Good. Look, there's Plo Koon, there's Kiadi Mundi. That's not Mace Windu over there. No matter what happens, Palpatine always wins, I guess. Kind of. No, like I said, Yoda did not like Qui-Gon one bit, but he's really mad at Obi-Wan for following in his footsteps. But Obi-Wan and Yoda were pretty good friends.
I will train Anakin. Without the approval of the council if I must.
Whoa.
Defiance I sense in you. Be that you do not.
he shall be. Another big mistake the council kind of made, but I mean, oops, sorry. There's Qui-Gon's noble end. A nice Viking funeral. The burning Liam Neeson.
What will happen to me now?
Council have granted me permission to train you.
Good luck with that.
Be a Jedi. I promise.
Eventually. I think this track makes a return in Revenge of the Sith. Always two there are with the Sith. Master and an apprentice.
But which was destroyed?
The Master or the apprentice? Important camera work. Close-up shot of Palpatine's face, just so you guys know. Just in case you recognize that nose. Just saying. And there goes the internet again. But don't worry, it's very close to the end. Don't have to deal with that for too long now. There's that mysterious ball of peace, or whatever. There's Anakin as the Jedi Padawan. There's Jar Jar on that dinosaur-looking creature. And making a fool of himself as usual. There's Sassy Teen and even Peel. I wonder how he got that other scar. That one scar. Peace! Nice smirk. That's a very good-looking smile there. Written and directed by George Lucas. So, that's Star Wars. Almost said The Force Awakens. The Phantom Menace for you guys. Hold on. Let me just check. See what the time is. Okay, I've got plenty of time for a few more final words. I'm just gonna let lower the volume a bit and just keep talking while the score is playing in the background. This music is playing in the background. It's been too long since I've seen this movie last. I think the last time I saw this movie was when The Force Awakens came out. Look, starring Liam Neeson. The Liam Neesons? Ewan McGregor. Cora Rata. Natalie Portman. Jake Lloyd. Pernilla August. No idea who that is. And Frank Oz as Yoda, obviously. Let's see, anyone else? Ian McDermott. Oliver Ford Davis. Hugh Qualls. Ahmed Best as Roger Binks. Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker. With Terrence Stamp as Chancellor Valorum. Oh, that's it? No Sam Jackson? He was in that movie too, I believe. Anyway, that's John Knoll, who came up with the original idea for Rogue One, eventually. I love this movie. I still do. I get the criticisms on this movie. I understand why people have issues with this movie. I understand why a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans dislike this movie a lot. But, like I said, I don't care. I love this movie. It just really, it hit me at the right time in my life. And I became a fan of the Jabba the Hutt as himself. I like that. Like I said, I became a fan of Star Wars through the Lego games, Lego Star Wars, the video game, the first one that came out in 2006 or 5, can't remember, but yeah, that's how I first became a true Star Wars fan, and it just carried on from that. I played the games, and I decided to watch the movies as a direct result of playing the games and loving the games. And this was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in its entirety. And that first game was primarily based on the prequels, which is, I guess, kind of contributed to why I love these movies so much. So, yeah. I'm not gonna say that I grew up with Star Wars, that they were my childhood, because I was in my teenage years when I started being a fan of these movies. I was 12 or 13 when I started really getting into these movies. But yep, there goes the internet again. Now the internet is completely frozen. But whatever. I'm just gonna keep talking. So yeah, you're never gonna take the experiences I've had with the prequels as an early teenager, and I guess that's part of the reason why I love these movies so much. A lot of people love the original trilogy because that's the movies that they grew up with. A lot of prequelists, people who love the prequels because that's the movies that they grew up with. And there's a new generation of children who love the Clone Wars and Rebels because that's the Star Wars that they grew up with. And now the new sequel trilogy is breathing new life into the people, into little children watching them now. So Star Wars is definitely a generational franchise, more than anything else. And everyone has their different experiences with Star Wars, and everyone has their own different generation of Star Wars. There's the original trilogy fans, there's prequel fans, there's Clone Wars fans, sequel fans, whatever. And now we're getting a new breed of fans in the form of the Mandalorian fans and the video game fans, and we get all these so many fans, and it kind of breaks my heart to see the fan base so divided, mostly over one or two movies that people think had some kind of political agenda. I don't get into that stupid conversation because, like I said, it's stupid. But yeah, it kind of breaks my heart to see the Star Wars fan base divided, especially after seeing this movie. And that before The Last Jedi came out, this was one of the most divisive movies in the Star Wars franchise. Obviously, it only got worse with the Attack of the Clones, but for a very long time, the Star Wars fan base seemed to be very united on one front, which it was that the original trilogy was great, the prequels sucked, and that was just the norm for a lot of people. And now it's so much more divisive and more toxic than anything else. Look, there's the Imperial March at the very end of the credits. But yeah, I hope the fan base can just learn to put their differences aside and learn to love and appreciate all of Star Wars, the original trilogy, the prequels, the sequels, the whatevers, and let's all just be united as fans of this wonderful, wonderful fandom we call home. So, hold on, let me just take. So, thank you guys for watching. I really hope I'll have enough time to watch all the other Star Wars movies. I'm probably gonna do a commentary on Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith on the same day. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I can schedule it just right. Not making too many promises that I'm not gonna be able to keep. Like I said, I wanted to do the same thing for the Avengers Infinity War, but I ended up not watching all the MCU movies. But keep in mind that there were about 17 or 18 movies back then for Marvel, and Star Wars only has about 7 or 8. And well, I've got 7 left because I did one. So, oh look, Sandy woke up finally. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Hope I can watch all the other Star Wars movies, and I'll see you guys hopefully when The Rise of Skywalker comes out. See you then. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.